What if I told you that the real St. Nicholas was a Holy Spirit-filled Christian that was persecuted for the faith? Let's go into it. On their website, notice what it says. The true story of Santa Claus begins with Nicholas, who was born during the 3rd century, in a village in Asia Minor. Asia Minor, by the way, has links with the Apostle John in the book of Revelation. His wealthy parents, who raised him to be a devout Christian, died in an epidemic while Nicholas was still young. Obeying Jesus' words, sell what you own and give the money to the poor, Nicholas used his whole inheritance to assist the needy, the sick, and the suffering. He dedicated his life to serving God, and he was made bishop while still a young man. Bishop Nicholas became known throughout the land for his generosity to those in need, his love for children, and his concern for sailors and ships. Now you guys know who Diocletian is. He was wicked. Under the Roman Emperor Diocletian, who ruthlessly persecuted Christians, Bishop Nicholas suffered for his faith. He was exiled and imprisoned. Their article then goes on to talk about the miracle signs and wonders that God worked through him. So the real St. Nicholas was a Holy Spirit-filled Christian. Where people messed up at was taking which unfortunately people have a bad way of doing this. They took him and some, not all, some made him into a deity. For those of you parents that you're Christian, you celebrate Jesus during this time, make sure they know that Santa Claus does not give them their gifts, that you are the one that worked hard for the money from Jesus, and the Lord is the one that has given you the money for the gifts. So the glory goes right back to him. But ultimately, the real St. Nicholas was imprisoned, persecuted during Diocletian, hitting up Christians. He did later attend the Council of Nicaea, and of course, partook in defending the divinity of Christ. Church history records that he refused to compromise the truth on Jesus, even when it cost him. And the generosity that he had flowed from Christ. What happened was culture took him, sanitized him, and stripped away all the stuff about Jesus and made him into Santa Claus. You have a real move of God. Culture tries to strip it. Some people try to worship the one who the move of God came through, but that doesn't negate the one that God used. Santa Claus in and of himself can be used as a teaching point to children, how Satan tries to mimic God or what God does. And I might do another video on the parallels. So when you celebrate Christmas tomorrow, just like we share the stories of the martyrs of Christ in Scripture, share the true story of St. Nicholas and how he glorified Jesus.